It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie, this is Hero Wars Central, and today we're going to talk about the vampire mage, Kai. We're going to talk about where to get him, his skills, his skins, his glyphs, and then I'm going to chat a little bit about the hero holistically, so stay tuned. Kai is a mage, pure mage, does nothing but magic damage, doesn't provide any team support in any way. Traditionally, you see him paired up with one specific hero, which I'll talk about later on, but he does provide his own magic penetration, which makes him a fantastic standalone mage. I always thought of him as kind of like this blood elf mage, if you guys ever played World of Warcraft, especially with this solar skin that went live last year. Kai is an interesting hero, and I think that he doesn't get enough credit because he's a little overshadowed by all these quote-unquote meta tier lists. So how do you get Kai's soul stones? Well, normally you can buy them from the tower shop, 5 for 500 tower coins. However, right now on mobile, there is a Breath of the Abyss event that allows you to earn his soul stones just by doing basic tasks like logging in, spending energy, spending emeralds, and just, generally playing the game like you normally would. When it comes to events like these basic mobile hero soulstone events, since you can get Kai's soulstones from the tower shop so easy, and it seems like if you're able to complete the tower, you never run out of tower coins. I know that that's actually the case, and maybe you're not able to clear the tower just yet, but if you're looking to get Kai to Absolute Star, I don't know that I would invest a ton of emeralds into this event because it is so easy to get his soul stones elsewhere. Go ahead and log in and use your energy as you normally would. Kai has a interesting skill set. They're all magic damage skills, which of course, the exception of his Violet ability, which is a passive ability, and everyone has a passive Violet ability. Kai's ultimate is Fetters of the Wind, launches a whirlwind that throws every target into the air and deals damage. Effect chance lowered if the target's level is above 1. So that effectively means if Kai is an equal level to the enemy, it's a guaranteed hit. 45% magic attack modifier is pretty impressive for an area of effect attack like this. And when you pair Kai with the hero Kark, you have a formidable combo. We might do a video talking about the two of these together since we did one with with Kark and Faceless not too long ago. But this is kind of the ability that you most see, that you most recognize as being part of Kai. Unless you're a Kai fan or an expert on Kai or you use him a bunch, you might not be completely aware of all of his other skill sets. So let's talk about those now. Green ability is Breath of the Abyss, deals damage to nearby enemies, summoning a flame pillar. This effectively will deal damage to the front line, the enemy front line. 30% magic attack isn't that great, but it's still pretty good. It's on the mid area, it's on the mid range of magic attack modifiers for his ability. And like I mentioned earlier, Kai provides his own magic penetration. He has a skin, he's got a glyph. So it doesn't take a lot of outside support to make Kai a formidable opponent. Then we have his blue ability, Explosive Sphere. This throws a fire sphere at the nearest enemies. Again, usually the front line, the tank and the warrior, or the tank and Anvari or whoever, which deals damage over 3 seconds and then explodes, damaging nearby enemies. This is a nice additional. A nice damage over time that he can do. 30% on the initial hit, and then another 30% magic attack on the damage over time for 3 seconds. This is actually a pretty decent ability. Again, it's very effective at taking down those enemy heroes in the front that maybe don't have the strongest magic defense, like a Corvus, or maybe somebody like that. So the Violet ability, this is where he gets a little interesting. This is Stolen Life, and this increases Kai's Vampirism. Now, at max level on mobile, he has 100% Vampirism, which is the highest Vampirism in the game on mobile. On Facebook, he's got 110% Vampirism, so still the highest vampirism in all the heroes in all the game. If you look back at the beginning of this video on the stat screen, it's strange that vampirism doesn't show up in his stat list, but that's because of where, sometimes these abilities like this, I think Ishmael has a similar ability, excuse me, that doesn't show up in his stat screen. So very, very strong self-heals. Every point of damage that Kai deals, he will heal himself back. So it's going to be kind of difficult to take him down unless you can do a lot of damage very quickly. Kai already has all 4 of his skins available to him. If they ever add 5th or more skins, obviously we'll see more, but you have the default skin, which is intelligence, being that he is a mage. You have the winter skin, which is magic attack. And for you mobile players, you can purchase this now. For Facebook players, you can only get this during Winterfest, during Christmas time and New Year's. We have the champion skin, which can be purchased with, I believe, silver Guild War trophies. And this is his health skin, very cool looking skin. But then the most recent addition is the solar skin, and this is the magic penetration skin. Now, a lot of people write Kai off because some of the, again, the quote unquote meta teams don't really include him as much. But once Kai got this skin, he kind of was able to step into his own. He was kind of able to become, a single, like a pillar hero on a team. And, just a pure damage dealer. When it comes to skin order and how you would level them up, my recommendation is getting that magic penetration skin first, leveling that up, and then magic attack, intelligence, and then finally health. Glyphs are going to kind of follow the same pattern. He's got magic penetration, magic attack, intelligence, health, and then magic defense. Pretty straightforward for a damage dealer. Level up that penetration stat first. And then as far as artifacts are concerned, this is where you can start to flesh out your team. Find some neat combos to put Kai with, and we'll talk about teams with Kai in our which heroes to level video that I'll put out probably tomorrow or maybe later this week. Kai's artifact weapon is Wanderer's Mantle, kind of like a little cape or a cloak, and it provides magic attack for your team. Magic penetration and magic attack is his book. Ring of Intelligence, of course, is his ring. It is generally recommended to level up the damage dealer's book first, especially if it provides penetration. But of course, you want to get your Wanderer's Mantle to 3 stars as quickly as possible to guarantee a 100% activation chance for that magic attack for your team. All around, a good solid damage dealer, and that's going to kind of speak to where he's going to end up in my tier list. Now, if this is the first time you are seeing my tier list, please don't pay any attention to the names. They are joke names that we came up with during a couple of my live streams several months ago. We are working on better, more descriptive names for this. I know that these don't really translate well to other languages, but you have water bottle tier, which are those heroes that can fit into every single team and will bring utility to every single team. And Kai is not one of those heroes. Kai is not a hero that you would just plug in to a physical damage team, or he's not a hero that you would, just plug into I guess you could plug him into just about any mage team, but yeah. Milk crate tier are those heroes that brings utility to some teams against certain teams. These are your counter heroes. These are like Helios countering crit teams, or Corvus countering area of effect teams, or, Anvari kind of countering Kark a little bit, right? Kai doesn't really bring support outside of, just plus damage. So, I wouldn't call him a milk crate tier hero. Kai is a stop sign tier hero. You would build a team around this hero, but he doesn't bring utility to every team. So what you would do is you would put him in a magic attacking team that has another hero providing magic penetration, such as Orion. Maybe you put him in like a Cleaver Peppy variant. Maybe you put him in an ODH. Maybe you put him in I don't know. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about that whenever we do our, heroes to level video. But he doesn't bring utility to every team. He does bring a nice little boost to Kark teams, but that's a single case, and it doesn't really make him worthy of plugging into every single team. Dead battery tier, just to kind of clean up the tier list. Dead battery tier are those heroes that I would not recommend to any new players because they're bugged or too weak. And then you have those heroes who are great in the player versus environment stuff like Campaign, Tower, and Outland. This hero is definitely a stop sign tier hero. You want to build a team around magical attacking teams. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a couple of videos discussing Kai and his strengths and weaknesses. We're going to talk about what heroes to level up with him. We're going to try to avoid as best we can plugging him into every single, or only showing you Kark variants. There are a few strong teams using Kai, but like I mentioned a couple of times already in this video, I believe that Kai has fallen victim to the whole, the quote unquote meta tier lists that people have been putting out for years and years. And that he doesn't really fit, right? He doesn't really fit in a lot of teams aside from that Kark team, which, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. He does have extremely low armor, so you got to be careful. You got to be very careful, especially when you're going up against enemy Jorgens. And yeah, he's we got to find a home for him aside from Kark. So just as a quick reminder, I do live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to be doing some team fights using Kai. There is a fun Kark team that my new quote unquote Kark team. I don't know why I keep saying quote unquote. My new Kark team on my main server uses Kai instead of Faceless. I want to do a video discussing Kai versus Faceless and Kark teams. I want to do a video. I want to talk about how, Kai is the better choice in some options, and in some options you want to use him with Faceless, but those are all for videos in the future. We'll discuss those during the live streams as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what teams you use Kai with. I would love to hear those. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.